Hey folks, Gingerbird here, and I am playing the demo of Ship Simulator Extremes. Yes, it's the demo. I am being pretty cheap, to be fair, but it is a good way to see how the game goes. Okay, so as I'm sure a lot of you know, there are tons of real-life simulation games out there at the moment, like the Farm Simulator, Truck Simulator, blah 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 blah. So this is just another one with ships, boats, tankers and all sorts of boaty goodness for you. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what these extreme missions give us. Okay, so we open up the single missions and you can see we have two demo missions. We have a Sydney one where you have to take pretty pictures of Sydney Harbour on a touristy boat. Gotta love those tourists. And the second one is a whaler mission, so you play as Greenpeace and you have to stop a whaler. But first we're going to take some pretty pictures of Sydney Harbour. Okay, and here she is. This is our baby for the next few minutes, our tourist boat in Darling Harbour, Sydney. I think I'll call it Esmeralda. Don't know why, I don't know our actual name, but it just sounds cute. Now for those of you who have been to Sydney, I haven't been unfortunately. I would love to but have not, so I don't know. Is this what Darling Harbour looks like? Do they have these boats? Is it always this blue sky? I don't know. So if you do, comment below, it'd be really good to know. Okay, up in the top left hand corner we have our goals and missions. Now this is kind of what we have to do to complete our tasks. We have to take a photograph, which is in the bottom right hand corner. I'm pressing it now, and this should take you to internal view, which looks pretty good. The radio chatter does add an extra depth to the game, gives it a bit more of a simulation feel, but it does get a bit annoying, and as you can see, the objective has been cleared. We have taken a photo of Darling Harbour. Okay, so the initial objective has been cleared, so now we have to take photographs of Harbour Bridge, Millers Point and Barangaroo. Barangaroo? I assume it's something to do with kangaroos. Anyway, I know where Harbour Bridge is, no idea where Millers Point and Bangarangu are. So I take a look in the map in the top right hand corner. And green stars mark objectives where I have to go, so I'm going to go start heading towards those. And as you may have seen, a boat just go past us through the cockpit window, and the wave mechanics is actually really well modelled. For views, it's just 1, 2, 3. They're your main views: external, cockpit, and internal boat, I think. And for controls, it's just the arrow keys to use both engines. As you can see by the two controllers, we have two engines on this, and you literally just move the arrow keys in the direction you want to go. Forward accelerate, left and right, and back to slow down. Easy. And we are finally underway to our first objective, and we have a really nice view into downtown Sydney just there, and the buildings do look pretty good, not too bad at all. Graphics are actually pretty good, a little bit blocky I guess, but I think they've concentrated more on the modelling more than the actual details of the sceneries, but I am not complaining, they look pretty good. And as you can see, we have just completed the objective of finding out exactly where Barangaroo is. We took a picture of it, of a nice car park and big buildings in downtown Sydney, so we're moving on to our next objective, which is just further down this pier here. And I think this is going to be Millers Point. This is my first time of playing this, and as you'd expect with it being called Ship Simulator, the controls are excellent and accurate. As you can see, I'm just fiddling around with the throttles and the directions just to get a feeling how they respond. And it's pretty hard to keep your same throttle. I don't know if there's an actual control for that and all to keep a standard velocity, but I am just keeping my knots up while my throttle's at 100% and probably breaking every speed limit there are in Sydney Harbour. And here we are at Millers Point, just about to take a photograph of it. We've actually gone past the objective point, and there's the annoying radio chatter again. And I don't know which one to look at, so I'm just guessing. Take a photograph of the opposite side. That's not it. Turn around. This must be Millers Point. Take another photograph, and there we go. Objective clear. That is Millers Point, another car park and cargo containers, which is a lovely tourist site. Everyone must go and see Millers Point. It is fantastic. Okay, now on to Harbour Bridge, which is one of the most famous sites in Sydney, of course. And this is it ahead of us, just looking back down towards downtown Sydney, and there's another boat just passing on the other side of the waterway there. Now this should be a pretty easy picture to take. We're just heading up towards there. And this I do like, the fact you can actually just look around, pressing the right mouse button and moving your mouse side to side means you can look around your cockpit, and it just gives a better feeling about what you're doing. A really nice touch I like is your GPS map in your cockpit and your HUD map are exactly the same, they keep up with each other, which is a really nice touch for a bit extra realism. And also the central screen keeps up with your speed and direction, I think. Okay, so we're slowing down for Harbour Bridge now. We're about to take a picture from the cockpit, and BAM! There we go! Objective cleared. We have done all 3 objectives for that task there, and now we need to move on to the next slot, which is the Sydney Opera House, which is the other world famous site in Sydney. Woolloomooloo Bay, which is just a great name, Point Piper. Now, one thing I have noticed is that actual interesting sites like Sydney Harbour Bridges that we're going underneath right now is it has a lot more detail than the more generic scenery, which is a pretty nice touch actually. We are coming up onto the Opera House now, and as you can see, objective cleared. We have just taken a picture of this beautiful building, which I've never been to, just like every other building in Sydney Harbour. And like I was just saying, there's a lot more detail in the Opera House than there is in surrounding buildings. So I'm going to slow down, take a closer look for all these empty tourist seats we've got on our boat. There you go, seats. What do you think, seats? It's a pretty good looking building, huh? We can move on to our next destination, which is Woolloomooloo Bay by the looks of the map, which is just around this corner. I get to go past Fort Denison, which was that small building in the centre. And I have no idea if I'm following all the traffic and speed laws in Sydney Harbour, so apologies to any of the harbour police out there. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not following them, then that guy in the speedboat definitely isn't. And on the left here is Fort Denison, which was locally known as Pinchgut in the late 18th century because convicts were sent there for isolation. It's made out of sandstone, and that was mined to build Benelong Point, which the Opera House is built on, which was passed earlier. And the standing fortification was built in 1857. There you go, bit of history for you. Okay, we're just coming along to Woolloomooloo Bay. Yeah. Apparently it could mean place of plenty in Aboriginal. I don't know, I've not been there, but it's an old dockyard and just one of the first sites used by the colonists when they first arrived in Sydney. And there you go, another objective has been cleared. We have taken a picture of Woolloomooloo Bay, and check this out, you can walk around your boat. This is what the other internal view is. That is really cool. I don't think you can pass those railings though, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I've sped this part up because it only took me a couple of minutes to turn this boat over home because I had no idea what I was actually doing, and I didn't want you guys to miss out on any game footage, which might be useful. You still get to see what's going on, and I get to look like I'm really bad at driving boats. I do really like the fact you can walk around your boat. I think that's really cool. Let's see if we can get through these railings. I don't know if I can or not. Can you get down here? No, no ladders. Can't get down there. What about the other side? No, nothing there. Got a life up ring though. You can chuck that on somebody. If you had any passengers, that is. Oh, cool! You can actually get through that gap. Okay. There's got to be a ladder back here. Yeah, there's a ladder. Let's go down. Let's go down. Down. Can you get inside? There's a door. Oh, awesome! You can go through doors. I think I'm actually loving this now. Like I said, I really Really wish I had some passengers, that would have been a nice little touch, but instead we get to show Sydney Harbour to these lovely colourful seats, you know, these pink and blue ones. I'm sure they get on very nicely. I don't think that the male and female seats like to be segregated just like that, but hey ho. Let's go back to some Sydney Harbour boating. We're just coming back up to Point Piper, which is the 9th most expensive place to live in the world. It is one of the most exclusive places in Sydney. It is very pretty and very expensive to boot. Now we have just completed the objective to actually just travel there. I don't think we even needed to take a photograph, so we are on our final objective, I think, which is to go to Taronga Zoo. I'll just sped this up again so you guys can still see me go to Taronga Zoo and not get bored, hopefully. And this is our final destination. This is where we should be docking, and I think this is it. Taronga, is it? Is this it? There we go, we've succeeded, we've completed all the objectives. This one's done. I want to see what we get for our reward, and it's a little picture of Sydney Opera House. Oh, that's really nice. That's a nice picture, postcard. Well, that's all the fun we can have in Sydney, so I want to just jump straight into this whaler mission. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to start. We're going to be in Rainbow, and we're going to stop a whaler. And here she is. This is Greenpeace Vessel Rainbow, defending our oceans, and I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be tilting over that far, but you know, I've just started, so it's nothing I've done yet. I've not even touched the controls. There you go, she's settling. This is Rainbow. As before in Sydney, we have the objectives in the top left hand corner, and we have to get near the whaler. We have to get near the whaler, so let's go start. So once again, the controls are the same. It's forward arrow to throttle up, back to slow down, left and right, simples. I wonder if Greenpeace used biofuel for this. I should hope so. Oh, hang on, I've got 2 ribs on this. I wonder if I get to deploy them on this mission. There is an option for it down the bottom. On the bottom right, see? Just click on that. Yes, I actually get to use the 2 ribs. Oh, this is going to be cool. I'm looking forward to this. It does take a few minutes to get up to the whaler, so I'm just going to speed the time up by 4 times the speed, so you guys can see me get there a lot quicker and not get bored. So enjoy the quick ride. I just had to. You have a walk around Rainbow's Bridge in the stern of the boat, so this is what you'll see me do here. Out on the lookout posts, there's a good view of the iceberg we're just about to pass. To the stern of the boat, where you get a good look at the ribs and where we've just been. You see that beautiful blue ocean next to the icebergs. Right, so I'm going to reduce this back down to normal speed now, because we are coming very close to our objective of closing in on this whaler, which is the boat off our 11 o'clock bow. And there we go, objective has been cleared. We've got closer. We're close enough to the whaler now, and now we have to deploy one of our rigs to get between the whale and the whaler. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so our little rib has been lowered into the water, so we have to shoot off with this fast boat to get it to this target. hunt, and then our springs with a water cannon to get us out of the way peacefully. And by the looks of it, we have a new objective to stay in their way for 25 seconds, which we have 15 seconds left to do. Hopefully we don't get washed away by the water cannon, which they seem to be watching from the decks with the wind. And they are definitely not going to stop for us, so keep distance slowly. And objective complete, we have done it, we have saved the whale from those horrible researchers, and we get a chase movie. So we have completed the demo. This is actually a pretty good game. I'll let you watch this guy, he's lots of fun, he looks really cute in that bed. But yeah, the game is a lot of fun. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with the career modes, especially as a tanker, and I'm sure you could be like a police boat in a harbour, or fireboat would be really good actually as well. I don't know what's involved in the whole game, but I just know the demo was pretty good. So if you're a simulator fan and you like your ships and you hopefully enjoyed my video, then I would recommend Ship Simulator for you. And I will see you in the next video.
We can just see if it's still in where it is in relation to it. Sure. We think this one here is the Nishimuru, yes?
The iceberg is appearing.
Okay, thank you.
The biggest thing we have going for us is our years of experience. We do everything we can. Some of it's technical, some of it's human, some of it's experience.